Here we go. We live, Jay. What's good with you? How you doing?
Going on? Nothing good. Ready for Christmas. And I
Oh.
clean my living room up. How about that?
I feel you. Yeah, me too. Listen, I'm trying to get this house straight before obviously for New Year's. Make sure, we bring in the new year right. But other than that, I'm just excited. I'm glad, the season we made it thus far in the year and just looking forward to 2024. That's all.
Oh, yeah. That is going to be a wonderful and very significant lunar year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited for what it's about to bring. All right, I can see everything on Facebook, so we good to go.
Perfect. Okay. Well, yeah, so we are live on all of our social media platforms. You can catch us on Facebook. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. Tonight's subject, we got a doozy, another doozy.
It's going to be good.
Oh yeah, for sure. So if you guys are looking at us on YouTube, or if you're streaming through, connecting with us through Facebook, then you see the young lady that's also on the screen who is a social media person. Her and her wife. It seems like they have a platform on TikTok. And I saw the video earlier today, and I shot it over to Jay, and I said, "Hey, this is kind of interesting. Let's kind of talk about the subject of this context later on tonight." So she agreed, and of course, you said you had a different perspective. So
I
I'm
do.
ready to hear what you got to say as to why studs fall for straight women.
Man. So yeah, let's hear what this young lady got to say, and we gonna dive into it because everybody got their own opinion. So hey, we gonna go for it.
Absolutely, we are. All right, I'm gonna press play. We'll listen to her.
The reason why a lot of studs end up falling in love with straight women. And I'm not talking about, so if you are like one of those studs that's toxic, you like bullshit, you like drama, this ain't for you. If you one of them studs who obsessed with your ex and y'all be posting videos about how you back with your ex and this and that, it's not for you. I am talking about women who are ready to settle down, ready to be in a relationship, ready to like make some shit pop, make some shit real. This is why a lot of studs end up falling for straight women, particularly straight women who have previously been married, previously have had children. So let's get into it. Reason number one, a lot of times the reason why studs are into straight women, and when I say straight women in quotations, I mean straight women like they've always dated men, you've always seen them publicly with men, you've always seen them in relationships with men, but at the end of the day, like they really be into women, like they really are attracted to women or sexually attracted to women or curious or whatever the case may be, but it's not like on the forefront, so they're categorized as straight women. The reason why a lot of studs fall for straight women is because number one, it's a challenge. And at the end of the day, human nature, people love a challenge. I don't care if you're straight, bi, gay, it don't matter. People love a challenge. They want something that they feel like they cannot have. And so if I see you and you're a challenge for me, I just want to see if like I can get you. Like I want to see if it's like possible. Where they fuck up is they end up falling in love. They end up falling for these women who are curious, bi-curious, wanting to know what it is. Y'all wanted to know what it was like to see if you can get that girl, and then you got that girl, but then you fell in love with that girl because you liked what you liked. And now that girl wants to go back to men, and now you feel like, oh, we're just like the devil. But reason number one, a lot of studs fall for straight women because it's a challenge. They want to know, or they want to see if they have what it takes to get you. Reason number two, a lot of studs who are ready to settle down, they want straight women because, particularly women who have been married before or who have been in relationships before, like long-term serious relationships, because they know like that woman has what it takes to be in a relationship, bear children, have children, raise children. And a lot of times the girls in the community, the L girls, you know, they've never had kids before. It's a first time thing. They don't know if these girls are going to be good mothers. They get these studs get into relationships with straight women who have had kids, and they see how they raise their kids, and they're like, damn, like, you know, she's a really good mom. Like, I want her to be the mother of my child. You know what I'm saying? And so they would rather take a bet on a sure thing versus taking a bet on a risk for a girl who ain't never had kids. This is the first time. I don't know if she's gonna be a good mom or not. I don't got time for that. So yeah. Reason number 3 why studs fall for straight women. They fall for straight women because I'm just the messenger, and I know how y'all like to tussle. But I'm not the one to tussle with, because I'm going to keep it real with you. And I'm just going by the things that I have heard and the things that I hear. A lot of girls in the L community are pass-arounds. And the same way that it is in the straight community, where a dude would be like, man, I don't want no female that this dude or that dude them had. Like, I'm good on that, you know? It's the same exact way with studs. Like, they don't want a girl who has been with this stud, that stud, that stud. And so they like, You know what I'm saying? Like, I am the first woman, like, in my wife's life who's never been with a stud before. She's my very first stud. Never had a stud before her. So, like, that's a thing, you know? Like, women, you know, studs, like, they like the fact that, like, ain't can't no other stud come out and say they had my wife. Can't no stud come out and say they had my girl, period. Like it's just me, it's only me, period. And it's the same, it's no different. It's the same way. Like, the same way dudes don't like to know that other dudes had their girl, other studs don't want to know that other studs had their girl. I ain't never been with another stud before her. I'm a bomb-ass, good-ass mom. I got experience. I know what the fuck time it is. You know what I'm saying? And again, I'm speaking from a stud who wants to be in a relationship long-term, settle down, you know, please. Because I know y'all about to tussle in these comments. But I'm just keeping it all the way real. Last point. They want their mom. Bottom line, you know, 9 times out of 10, their mother was a heterosexual woman who was a nurturer, who was good, who was amazing. And the same way a man wants to marry a woman like his mother is the same way a stud wants to marry a woman like her mother, you know? And a lot of these L girls, they just not really on that type of vibe. And so they end up being passed arounds versus the straight woman who is like her mother, who's going to take care of house and home and make life good for her. Please don't shoot the messenger. I'm literally just the messenger. This is definitely open discussion, dialogue. Let's talk about it. I am not left or right. I'm very, very, very open and neutral and open to discussion. Let's talk about it.
All right. So listen.
You could invite her. Because I'm calling BS on all. I'm not going to cuss, but I'm calling BS on all that.
I got you. So let's unpack this, right? So what I heard from that, right, and I don't want to paraphrase, and to be honest with you, it was a little too late to reach out to the young lady and or her wife to offer them the opportunity to come on, but we could certainly do that. We'll extend that invitation to them. So the first thing I jotted down was, because it's a challenge, that's why studs fall for straight women. The second thing was because they have history of successful relationships, right? Which to some degree I can kind of understand that. And then the third thing is because they don't want the pass around girl, right?
One
And
thing you want your
like,
mom.
right. I was just gonna say it seemed like there was a B part to that, in that they want someone similar to their mother. So I'm gonna give you the floor because I know you've been burning up over there. I know you got another perspective, and I would love to hear what you got to say. Go ahead.
Straight BS. First of all, I feel that it's actually on your first point, it's actually flipped.
Okay.
We're the challenge. We're the forbidden fruit. So, and I'm like Christmas parties at employers, and it's typically white women, but they get a little tipsy, and I'm the one they want to dance up on. Or we're always the ones that get the bi-curious conversations. Oh,
Oh,
I
man.
girl once, so. And in the past, I was that friend that they felt comfortable with, to where they was like, well, I always wanted to be with a girl. And I'm like, so how do we, I mean, what is going on with this conversation?
Where are we going with this?
Right. And back in the day, I was a friend.
Able to oblige.
Oh, just to let you know, like, okay, let's set the level of expectations. So, no, I feel that we are the forbidden fruit. We are the challenge.
Right.
They want to know if they can get us because we're giving them that masculine energy. Then when you unwrap this present, you're like, wait a minute.
Take them out the game.
Then we got a little extra that we can throw in there. We got
Backpack.
we playing, got the backpack. We playing spades. We got 8 in the possible. We gonna win this hand. So no, I've dated straight women before, but that's because they came after me. I never open up that door, because if I have to slam that door in your face, or I don't want you to ever feel like, oh, well, you came after me. No, boo-boo. I got receipts. You came this way. So, yeah, how do you feel about number one?
So in terms of a challenge, I can understand her perspective, right? I don't think for me, so I came out a little bit later in life. I was around, I think, 23, 24, somewhere around in there. And I can't say that it was a challenge, because the women at that time in my life that I was attracted to were either already in that life. I was just maybe trying to better understand what was going on, how I felt, where I needed to, kind of fit in, who I actually like, things of that nature. So to go and seek a person who was not necessarily in that lifestyle, or on the LGBT spectrum, I can't really say that. Now, I have dated women who have been straight, according to them, right? So what I mean by that is that they have not been with another woman, right? I feel like maybe it's a couple times. One of them was a significant relationship that lasted quite some time. I won't go into a whole lot of details, just out of respect for that lady, for the young lady and her family now. But I can't say that even that was a challenge. I saw what I wanted. I went after what I wanted. And to be honest with you, I didn't care
Yeah.
what that other person had going on. I wanted what I wanted. And so that maybe perhaps was the selfishness of me. But I also paid for that, what I'm saying, in the long run. So, but that's my perspective on that. I don't know that it was a
It's
challenge.
not a challenge. I don't want them to ever think, and I'm talking about them as these heteros, to ever think
Yeah.
that you are the challenge. You're not. You're just as easy.
Yeah.
It's not like you Michelle Obama, boo. It's not. You're not Jill Scott.
Right.
Not. So let's not play that game. Let's be for real. It's you felt the attraction, you felt the chemistry, and you wanted that. There's no challenge. I'm not out there thinking, oh my God, look at my homeboy. He got a bomb ass girl. My girl bomb too. And I really didn't hang around gay people.
Right. Okay.
So that was probably another thing. I knew what I liked eventually. I
Right.
knew I liked, but I was in church majority of the time. And I mean, that popped off a few question marks itself, but I was in church majority of the time. I was at work, so I knew straight people from there, and it was like attracts like.
Yeah.
And so, they felt comfortable and I'm not judgmental, now if I didn't like it, I didn't like it.
Right.
And that is not like, even when I met my wife, my current wife, she was in a heterosexual life and all that kind of carrying on.
Okay.
She stalked me, and she
Yeah.
don't say she didn't, but my wife stalked me. I never
Oh,
stalked her, and I'm sticking with that.
well,
And,
just a heads up. She in the comments, so
I know.
she'll say something here in a minute.
So it's not like, and I think that's where I get a little upset, because I'm like, y'all acting like y'all on this pedestal. And with the whole gay community, I'm not a big rainbow person. I'm not going to
Okay.
be out there at Pride with my booty cheeks out. I'm not going to be out there waving a flag. That's just not me. I'm
Yeah.
not. You know. I don't mind telling you. My life is open, but I don't have to go to those extents to put it out there. It's not that, to me, it's not that serious.
Right. Right.
And so, so I went out, especially in Atlanta. I went out to almost every club possible. We had a good time, but also had a better time at straight clubs.
Okay.
I was at the Velvet Rope. I was at all of these places that was not gay. When I went to gay, they was always subpar to me.
Okay.
And it was the girls, they did too much. It was too much. Sometimes I'm like, calm that down. Like, I don't want a Sukiana every day. Come on now. So it all really depends on what you like, who you like, and the type of person that you're attracted to. And like I said, we as studs, for men and women, will always be the prize.
Right. Right. Well, I will agree with you on that one. And I'll also add that to some degree, I think I see where you're coming from in terms of us being the prize, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this straight woman in her mind, perhaps, right? I don't want to speak for all straight women. And if y'all on here, if y'all are welcome to chime in, we would love to hear your perspective.
Please.
What I will say, right, is that to some degree in their mind, it's almost like, well, maybe let me see if I can get her. You know what I'm saying? Let me see how far I can draw her into my world, right?
Right.
And so that may be her objective or, her thought process. But at the same time, I feel like, let me speak for myself. I'll say the women that I've been involved with or that I've dated, it's always been, very casual at first. And it was an attraction, most times it was an attraction mutually. I mean, I really don't entertain a lot of, I didn't entertain a lot of women who we didn't have a mutual, understanding.
Right.
It's really a waste of time. But for the most part, it was like, oh, I really like your vibe, your spirit. We can hang out. You know what I'm saying? We can really do a lot of things together. Whether it leads to anything or not. And sometimes, or in some instances, it actually did. So I can't say that was their objective or their sole goal. Was to
Right.
capture me in some way and convert me into something. I don't know that, but I will say that I did not seek out straight women with the intention of saying, like, let me bring you over here to this rainbow city and see how you act. You know what I'm saying?
Our population is 1 million. We don't need no more.
Right.
Stay over there. And then some of them, let's be honest, is not cute at all. You can stay over there because it gets desperate. And I'm not, no. Because, and that's another thing I hate to hear. And when I say it, I get called shallow, all kinds of, I don't care. I like what I like. And I don't want to look at nobody that's ugly. And they think, well, just because you a lesbian and you're a stud, that you have to accept the bottom of the barrel. You ain't getting the bottom of the barrel. Why should I accept the bottom of the barrel? Just because. And then I even had somebody ask me, was like, well, you ain't never attracted to me? No, absolutely not. No, I got my own taste buds and you're not a part of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? Mm-mm.
Yeah.
And that's a very big stereotypical thing. They think we're supposed to be just open to all. And I'm like, first of all, you're almost 60. No. And at that time, I was in my 20s and 30s. I don't want no grandma. Your
Right.
kid's older than me. Does that make sense?
At all.
Then you're not cute. You can't even walk in heels. Go on and tumble on over there. I can't deal with that. I don't like tomboyish. So when the little it was one time this girl, and she was cute, but she was awkward. But she gave that almost basketball vibes. And I'm sitting there like, ma'am, I'm more feminine than you, and it's not gonna work. I don't like that. I want a lady.
Right.
I don't want nothing else. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
And they get offended, and I don't care. Because a lot of straight women are not feminine enough.
Right.
And it's not cute.
Yeah.
So no, you're not the prize. What's question number?
Well, so the other part of that is because of the fact that they can, have a successful relationship because of their previous relationships, whether it's male or female, more than likely males. That's why studs fall in love with them. I don't agree with that either. I can't say that there's not healthy relationships. Now, yes, I will be the first to admit I've seen and I've been involved in unhealthy, toxic same-sex relationships. They do exist. But who I am, I have to at some point remove myself from that situation and move forward. That's not the energy I choose to bring. So to say that that's why studs seek out straight women just because they have successful relationships, that is baseless, it seems like.
That does not make any sense because it can be on both sides. It's a 50-50 chance. It's totally up to you and how mature you are and the type of relationship that you're going to be in. And some people outgrow relationships. Some people, what was you when you were in that place at that moment, that is what was good for you in a relationship. But then when you get a little bit older, you find out that, okay, I'm looking for something different. And maybe that person grew with you, or maybe that you outgrew that person. So no, I don't. I can't say I've seen more successful heterosexual relationships than I have in gay relationships. I've seen a huge number of successful gay relationships, and I've seen some trash. And the same thing with heterosexual. I could say my grandparents had successful relationships to a point, but then my great grandma, the one that raised me, she was actually my grandmother. So she's my mom's grandma and she's my great grandma. She raised me. She killed her first husband. So what?
Oh.
So
okay, well, that's another show.
Help and this and that. Did like 2 weeks and call it a day, back then. Obviously he had to go. And but that's just the truth of the matter. So it's kind of like you can't say that they hold because they still go back and forth with their baby daddies.
Yeah.
Sometimes, and let's be real, a lot of us get in these relationships where people with children have multiple fathers.
Yeah.
Some still feel like they're gonna always be there. And it was it was one time I was dating this person, and they was heterosexual and homosexual in secret. And so we played that little game or whatever like that. But everywhere we went, it was at least rated E for everyone. I'm gonna just say like that. So no matter where we went, it's at least 5, 6, 7, 8 guys, and you've been with. And then we get to another event, it's a different set of 5, 6, 7, 8. It's like, wait a minute. So when she talking about being passed around, that's not the truth. Depending on that, to me, that's not the truth. I've never been in that experience where, there's a passing around of females. Like I just don't see that. Unless it's only 2 studs and 3 men. I don't know. But I've never seen that where actually I'm not gonna lie. It was when I got into the Greek world. One of my LS's, she gone now. She running after other people. That's a whole nother topic. So yeah, I've seen it.
Okay.
However, that's typically when you don't go nowhere and they're right here in your face.
Okay.
But if you're really out there in the community, really out there at work and going to events, there's a plethora of women.
Right.
So I don't get that passing around. Nobody, I don't want a virgin, but I also don't want nobody that's a 68 Buick Electra 88 on this thing. Because now you done turned over, you got 300,000 miles. I don't want that either.
Yeah.
But you need to come in knowing that somebody done test drove you and took you down the street and we okay.
I got you. Listen, I would say I think I understand where the young lady is coming from, and please, by no means do I want the young lady and her wife to feel like we're bashing her perspective. We just want to offer a different perspective. What I will say is I think I understand where she was coming from, in the sense that sometimes, or not so much now, but when I was first introduced to this world, the community was really small, and so there was a lot of people who, I used to date her, I used to date them, and so I can see where that thought process of, this person's been kind of passed around, so to speak, because maybe they were friendlier than others, right? Or whatever the case was. But like you said, once you've gone or had the opportunity to get into a bigger city, a bigger surroundings, then your fishbowl expands, right? So then, right, now you have different opportunities to meet different people. And for me, I've been fortunate enough to have lived in several different states. So I've not had to worry about, and that's not something that's on my mind anyway. Like, how many other bodies you got like that? Listen, if we really had to count, then I'd be in somebody's trouble.
Listen, we let's not math.
Yeah, so that's all we're gonna say.
Out, so that number goes up.
Absolutely. So the third one, we'll do A and B, because for what I believe I heard her say was the pass around. So that we just discussed, and then about the mother aspect. Now that was a little far fetched. Not quite sure where rabbit hole she was going down with that one. But what's your thoughts on it?
Okay, I'm gonna look at it from two perspectives.
Okay.
Ain't no way I would date my mama.
Flat out.
No, I don't want no woman. I don't want no woman. I do like a thick woman.
Yeah.
BBL, I'm okay with it but I got to be able to maneuver. So it's I have limits, and I'm big myself. So we can't be around there gorilla fighting. It ain't gonna work. So no, my mother was a big woman. She was beautiful, and but there was nothing about any woman that I've ever dated that reminded me of my mama. I can't do that. But I can understand from a perspective where, especially these younger studs, they do look for comfort, they look for safety, and they typically do go with these older women that do remind them of their mama, or will give them that motherly figure. Have be that motherly role in their life. So I get that. But if you want to be one of the kids, then you with the wrong person anyway, because we both two adults and the kids.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to have a whole nother kid. And so I've seen that, and I can understand the dynamic of it because of the love relationship. And typically that is from a trauma. And you got a trauma bond going on, because you're not my mama. Now, granted, my wife do run my life. She wants to be everything. She want to be my pastor. She want to be my friend. She want to be my wife. She want to be my doctor. She want to be all of that. And I get it. But there's no way I look at her as my mama.
Right.
She ain't giving me that.
Right.
Because then I'm totally turned off, and there would be no physical attraction, because I think that's my mama.
Right.
Then, because it's almost the same way how when younger girls get with these older guys, they say they're looking for that daddy, and I get it. So I'm going to take where absolutely no for me on the whole mama thing, but I can understand from an emotional perspective, they want that caring,
nurturing
type of person and women gives that mother bear scenario. So I can understand that. What about you?
Yeah, no, I can somewhat understand her reference in terms of perhaps maybe women want the nurturing side of them, um, to some degree. But like you said, I don't look at the women that I've dated or even my wife as an extension or a version of my mother, right? They're two very different people and live very different lives, and they handle me differently, right? So but I to, to to put things, I guess, in a different perspective, I guess if I were younger and if I were looking for someone to connect with, then what is most familiar to me, it would be maybe a nurturing relationship, which would then be a parent or parental slash child's relationship. But again, that's not something that I would look for in a relationship where we relating
Yeah. Yeah.
sexually, at least.
Listen, that's not sexy.
At all.
It's not at all. My
Right.
mom would never do a split when she got to a certain age, so it's not happening.
Right. Nor would we want that visual. So yeah, I
Exactly. Like that. I don't. I even. I consider myself a demisexual.
mhm,
I'm physically attracted to where my heart is attracted to. So no, you have to really catch me in order for me to even look at you. Except Jill Scott. And she got
shout out to Jill Scott one time.
hey boo.
All right.
Yeah. And so no, I'm not physically attracted to everyone. I don't care
Right.
how bad you was. And I dated strippers.
Okay.
I love a good stripper.
Yeah.
And so I've dated them. And so, it was fun, it was games, all that good stuff. But it's like it's not all physical to me.
Right.
I'm not gonna want to be wild, and you could be arm candy, and to me, you the baddest thing popping, and you might not be anything to the next person, and that's perfectly fine. But with that being said, I do want to be with somebody. Or I am with somebody that somebody else wants. I'm good with that because I want to make sure I ain't the only one. but it's like what's beauty to me doesn't have to be beauty to the next person.
Right.
That's us, and that's it. And so, it ain't always about the curves. It ain't always about that. Is what I'm attracted to. I'm attracted to my wife when I'm attracted to her all the way around, but it's certain outfits that she can wear that looks so much better than her walking around butt naked. So it depends on what I'm feeling that day. And it's also because of how my heart beats for her.
Right.
So,
Understood.
it's so I've never just been that person where I walk in like, oh, that's a bad bitch right there. I want it.
I got it. Well, let me offer you this other scenario, and you tell me your thoughts. So, one young lady that I dated, she was straight, right? She identified as straight. She was, uh, typically dated men.
Mm-hmm.
And when she and I first got together, she would always, tell me how much she cared for me, how much she loved me, so on and so forth. But for her to make sense of things, the only way she could, from what she explained to me, was she was attracted to me as the person. It was not necessarily tied to a gender, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and it wasn't like she was attracted to other women or anything like that. Um, Whatever happened, after she and I, broke up. I don't know that she dated other one. I don't know that. I really don't even care. But when women tell you that they're not so much attracted to you because of your sexual presence or gender, um, but it's more so tied to you as the person, is very different. So I could see how some straight women
Yeah.
fall for other women. A
I
lot of
get,
times they lack something that they may or may not even be getting at home or never experience. And that new instance is what they is drawn to them, and they want to learn more, they want to figure out more, and they're comfortable.
and that's why I go back to we are the prize, because
Yeah.
that's typically how it develops. It's not like we're out there hunting and, we got our shotgun and we out there like we hunting rabbit. It's not like that. It's a conversation. It's the way we carry ourselves. It's It could be even just a little bit of chivalry, opening up a door. Hey, I'm gonna get you a coffee. I thought about you today. And that doesn't even mean anything. It could literally be a coworker and you go get them a coffee, say, hey, I brought you your coffee. I know you probably want one later. Drop it off and keep it moving. And next thing you know, they're in love. Now that
Yeah.
means to check your level of vulnerability, because you shouldn't fall that quick.
At all.
At all. But it happens.
Yeah.
So it's like, I get that. And I think they call it like pansexuality is when you're not attracted to the gender, it's the person.
Okay.
And so I get that. And that's why I don't feel everybody is straight. And because that's not our natural nature. And that's not our spiritual nature.
Mm-hmm.
Because I hate to put it this way, but I'm going to put it this way. Just as the Bible stated, for those Bible thumpers, he said male, he created male and female. They was all in the same form until he separated it. We have a masculine and a feminine side. Now, which one prevails is what you put forward. So there's no straight anything, because who can say you could be a lone life lesbian, but let the right man come along that just loves you. And you could be emotionally so connected with that person that your body will respond to them. There's no way you can tell me that won't happen.
Mm-hmm.
Thing with a man on man, I feel that men are more emotionally attracted to other men. They may be physically attracted to women, but they like to hang around their boys. When they out there playing, they have more of an emotional and mental connection to their homeboy than they do their wife sometimes.
Mm.
That's why they love to be around you. And nobody's saying you gay about it.
That's interesting.
You can with your homeboy in the car and y'all can be on your phone all day, but let your girl actually that well. Man, it's boring. I need to go. My homeboy, you ready to go? Your boy understand you. So you are more connected to them than you are. Same thing with women.
Right.
We're more connected with each other, which is easier for us to give in sexually.
Mm-hmm.
But it still doesn't change where your soulmate could really be your boy best friend.
Mm.
Y'all just not sleeping together. So
That's
no,
deep.
I feel that balance beam weighs on anybody. I don't care if you're a diehard Christian and you think everybody going to hell because they doing this life. You too. Because then you're denying the true identity of God if you're not. And I'm gonna let that one sit there because they're gonna be mad.
Oh yeah, they're for sure gonna be mad. That's all right.
You telling us that God did not create both or embody both, because he said that he created us in his image and after his likeness, which is male and female. You have both, honey, and it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's okay to embrace it too.
And that's okay. And I think maybe people would see how not necessarily how easy it is, but to understand, why they have those feelings and not always try to fight them.
Mm-hmm.
Or just be honest and say, you know what, I am attracted to a person. There's some straight people that they look at. Remember Carter the Body?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's some straight women that's all on her.
Yeah. Yeah.
But she got the same thing you got.
Right.
Yeah. It's just, now, granted, it's tucked tight and toned.
Right.
But still, she got the same thing you got.
Yeah. And just because you're attracted to somebody or you find them attractive doesn't mean that you have to be with them sexually. Maybe you could just find them attractive. There's men that I think are attractive. I'm not trying to sleep with them.
Exactly. Like a legitimate look at it was like, I was engaged to a guy.
Uh-huh.
And I was 20, 21. And he was a beautiful man. When I say beautiful, he was 6'4", 308 pounds. He was Indian, Mexican, and black mix. The man, what attracted me to him was everybody thought we should be together because he was a preacher, I was a preacher, he was a musician, I was a musician. So we was all in that whole little circle. But what attracted me to him was the fact that he could preach. Like it was the way he preached. the way he would, operate during a service, that was what was attractive about it. And I tried myself to make me want this man. I did. I went to counseling and everything. And I just had to accept the fact that it wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
And we only kissed twice. And it was like, after that second kiss, I was like, I don't know if it's just too much saliva. I don't know what it is, but it just wasn't hitting.
Yeah.
And I told him, I said, you know what? I would marry you. I would make you the best wife. I would take care of you. I would clean up. I would cook. But you got to get you somebody else to hump him. And he was like, don't say that. No, I mean that. There's nothing jumping in me for you. And the church was mad.
Yeah.
We were supposed to be like this next couple. And I'm like, I can't do it. I'm being real.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even dating girls.
Yeah.
It was just that nothing in my body leaped for him.
Yeah.
Other than he was gorgeous, beautiful. And he was a good man.
Yeah.
So it's like, thank God. Because he probably would have snuck a couple of babies on me. But it is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, here's another thing I was thinking of as you were talking. A lot of times, we have relationships or friendships with people who are straight, and because we are, in this LGBT umbrella or under this umbrella, people assume that you all can't be or have platonic relationships with the same sex, even though you like the same sex.
Right. Oh God.
Crazy to me.
Right.
I have many friends who are on the straight path who, to my knowledge, have never ventured into the lady pond, and I've never tried to convince them to come into the lady pond.
Right.
That is their decision, however they choose to live their life or what have you. And I just feel like it doesn't do us a service to make those assumptions towards people when what it really is, in my opinion, they're probably just uncomfortable with themselves and how they operate in the world.
Biggest thing. You're right. They're uncomfortable with themselves.
Yeah.
Because I've always had more girly friends. It wasn't until I got into the fraternity where I got people like me.
Yeah.
But other than that, I've always had girly friends. I was girly at one point. I used to bust some stilettos out. Not no pumps. I was stilettoed.
Okay, stiletto.
Listen, stiletto, pumps. In the club egg. That was me. I will make up. I had my weed. That's when Yaki was out, right before Remy.
Okay, I remember Yaki.
Yaki straight. You couldn't tell me nothing. And I've always just had feminine friends. And I loved our friendship. But then I got older, I realized that some of them you got to keep a check on, because you may not have the intention, but they could have the intention, and they will perceive they could perceive some things wrong. So you do just have to make sure you keep a check on it, because you don't want to hurt nobody feeling be like, I really didn't feel like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or get caught up like I used to. And I'm like, what? Wait, when?
Yeah.
And I just be like, when? Like, no, you can't put me on that one.
Right.
On that one. So, but you can have them. And there's some people that will respect your relationship. They'll respect who you are and where you are, and they can legitimately be your friends. I had one, I think just life kind of separated us, but I would still consider her a friend. We were like, that was that was my ace. So, it was like, and she was beautiful. She, she was straight. She was doing her thing. She ain't crossing my line. I ain't crossing hers. Had the best friendship. And I feel if I was in the same area and, and stuff like that, we probably still have that same type of love of friendship. But she moved 3 times, and it just, then I had another friend. She was actually in the life, and it made me so mad. Because when I'm your friend, I'm your friend. We never crossed the line. And I posted a picture. Me and her went and took pictures one time. And I found the picture, and this is when I got on Facebook, and I posted that picture. And I said, remember this? And her girlfriend got mad. I didn't even know she had a girlfriend because we hadn't talked in a while.
Mm-hmm.
It was just me and you friends on Facebook, and I found this old picture while I'm cleaning stuff up, and I'm like going back down memory lane. It was literally, remember this. It wasn't even remember us, pound us. It wasn't none of that. The girl got mad, she got mad, then her friend called herself trying to go off on me, and I'm sitting there like, was y'all even there? So it just, gay girls suck too. I'm just
Yeah.
put that, because they have the most drama.
You know what? As you were talking, I was reminded about a situation that, and it turns out the young lady was straight. So they say, they always say, "Oh, I'm straight," but I don't understand how you like me so much that you straight, but you like really into me, right? Anyway, long story short, young lady was straight, and she and I would flirt back and forth. When I was single, I lived in another state. I won't say what state. So we we flirted back and forth, right? And I knew she had situationships, and I think I remember having a situationship, or it was over, or what have you. Anyway, some things got out of control at one point, and we crossed the line. Let me say that, and all of a sudden, like, she was upset with me. Like, I don't understand how you are upset with me when we're both adults. You did what you did. I did what I did. Why are we like, it was so crazy that it was like, let me just leave that alone, because clearly I bring up some things in you that you're not quite ready to deal with. And maybe that's what it was.
Right.
For a long time, I wondered, I'm like, what? I didn't do anything to you that you didn't want done first.
Come on now.
So, yeah, don't whatever feelings or unresolved things you got going on, you keep that over there, and I just but yeah, sometimes that happens when straight relationships go left, and
then you lose that friend. You live like,
yeah,
what did I do to you? So
yeah,
I get that. And then that's what you said. They got some unresolved things, and a lot of them use us to try to escape the failures that they had on the other side. Now stay your butt on. We got enough problems. Stay on over there. You need to get healed too, because y'all be so worried about these little studs going back to their ex. Y'all do the same thing. Y'all get people caught up in y'all life. And I know plenty that was pregnant when they got with a stud. They had the baby together, and then, this is his baby. Oh, now he want to be back in the picture. That's a real life thing. Yeah. And I'm like, y'all got to quit playing these games too. Because what's going to happen? Somebody going to end up hurt. Somebody going to end up dead over these games. And it's not that serious. Don't play. Don't entice that girl who is looking for love, who's looking for family, and dangling a baby in front of her. Or you want her to be a stud dad, which is so stupid. You just the other parent, but you want them to be a stud daddy and stud this. And I'm like, but you playing that game, because if you wanted to be true, you would have went and got that paperwork done. Put her name on it.
Facts.
You don't want it to be true, so quit playing.
Yeah.
And it's just, like I said, I hold to my truth. We the prize, and y'all want to come running after it, and that's fine.
I don't blame them.
Me neither. You see that?
Listen, okay. Listen, I am not mad at y'all. I am not mad at y'all.
Listen, I will want me too.
Facts.
And I'm like, y'all better Google us and learn.
Okay, real quick.
Exactly. And that's it. Not even really good examples out there for, I ain't gonna hurt nobody's feelings, but listen, stay on over there with your problems. If you want a girlfriend, it's okay. Nobody's gonna look at you different because you want a girlfriend this week.
Right.
You have some girls that don't mind that back and forth on a weekly basis. All you got to do is say what your intentions are. You will find somebody that want to be poly with you, that want to be all these other categories with you, and people out there doing it.
Yeah.
You got people who want to dress up like fur babies, whatever. Find somebody who want to put on a Snuggie with you and a dog tail and go back.
I don't even want to know what that's about. But hey, if that's
Man,
what they into,
listen, I'd be like, because I stay in my lane. You're not doing all of that BDSM with me. I'm not built like that. I will flash back on you in 2 seconds. But there's people out there that you can mesh with that's on that level. Like the guy was guy 4 from the
yeah,
Black Ink.
yeah.
He liked to get spit on, stepped on. He publicly. He liked that humiliation. I wish a joker would. Oh, I just got mad.
Yeah, you did. You can.
Yeah. So no, you can find what match you. There's somebody out there that's willing to, go to every leap and bounds with you. You find that person.
Right.
Because it's what's the other thing where it's a lot of gay guys, feminine gay guys dating masculine women.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've had a couple people approach me,
Come
which
on.
is a little weird.
Like, so what you gonna do?
Right. Like, I think they just like the energy that,
Yeah.
and which I can understand. But yeah, there's really not a whole lot that we can talk about or discuss, especially there's nothing.
I like the way
Yeah,
you
we
put.
cool though.
Yeah. Like I don't knock nobody else hustle, but like I said, listen, there's somebody out there for you that's willing to play that game.
Yeah, yeah. Just be honest.
That's
And like
it.
you said, ask for what you want. Ask for what it is that you
You
want.
never know. You never know what a person is with, especially if they love you.
Yeah.
You will never know what a person is willing to do with you and for you to make sure you're happy, as long as you're able to reciprocate it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna put this out there. I love my wife, baby. I know you're on the road somewhere. I don't even know what state right now, but I will say, I love you. And if at some point you feel like it's okay for me and Mariah Carey to wait, you gotta ask for what you want.
Listen, or especially around Christmas, because
Okay.
this season.
At any point, if you feel like you cool with that, you let me know.
Listen, Jill, I done made my petition for a lot of times. I done tagged you and stuff. Girl, whenever you're ready to give up that narcotic and come on home, you can. It's okay. I think Jill would try to take me over, and I don't know. I might be crying him like, oh my God.
I'll be in the corner.
With it, but it's just something about her. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Oh God. Keisha, I don't know.
Man.
Now, my wife, she's into Erykah Badu. Erykah Badu, I would be afraid because anybody who dated her come out a different person.
Better though.
Guys went in like he was NWA and he came out playing the flute. So Common went in with suits, came out with a beanie. I don't know. He came out crocheting. I'm scared. I just want to remain the same. They come out with a whole new God. I don't know.
Yeah.
Erykah, I praise you to stay over there. Because, girl, you ain't finna suck me up. But I don't know. Jill, something to my soul.
Yeah. No, I agree. So listen, let's wrap this up. We've been going about 53 minutes or so. And tonight we uncovered it. We cracked the code, man. Listen,
it ain't
are
us.
the prize. Period.
We are the prize. Quit playing with us.
Period.
You see this, Bo?
Okay. Listen, we are the prize. So that's why studs can fall in love with women. We're not even gonna say straight no more, but just women. Because we the shiznick.
You better know it.
Okay, and listen, I know they want to fight. That's all right. We can fight in the comments. Hit us in the inbox.
You don't mind a little tussle, but it's the truth matter. You know good well. We don't want y'all. Y'all want us.
That part. All right. So listen, next week, we'll talk about how we're gonna do next week. Next week is Christmas, and then the week after, that weekend after, of course, is New Year's. So we will be streaming, this show. Of course, obviously, you can watch it on YouTube. Be sure to like, click, and to share. Again, we we appreciate your support, and that's one way that you can show us love, by supporting this podcast show. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, as well as Spotify, and YouTube, of course, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. So please like, follow, and share. You want to say something else, Jay?
No, I'm good. This
Yeah.
is I hope they do see this, that creator, and we have a good conversation about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I want to understand, even from her wife's perspective.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah, it looks like they have a YouTube channel. So perhaps, like I said, I'm gonna extend an invitation to her, and offer her to watch this podcast show, and to see if they would love to come on, perhaps in 2024, whatever their schedules will permit, and we'll go from there. But we appreciate you all. Shay, we love you. Thank you so much. And Danielle, we thank you as well for your comments on. It looks like it was on Facebook. Please, again, have a safe and joyous holiday season, and keep a regal mindset.
Until next time.
We out.